Right, now then, before we start tonight, I want the audience to try and throw some light on a discussion we've been having today. Can women whistle? There's a school of thought that says they can't. Well, not properly, anyway. So, first of all, we'll try the men in the audience and see how they get on. OK, lads? Ready to give this a try? After three. All the men, after three. 1, 2, 3... Do we have any men in the audience? Right, now then, ladies, OK? All the ladies in the audience, give it all you got. After three. 1, 2, 3... There's a lot of silent wind being passed there. Actually, there's lots of things men can do which women can't, and vice versa, right? For instance, women can't throw cricket balls properly. Sorry. Women throw cricket balls like that. You don't throw a cricket ball like that, you get it and you lug it. Like that, not that. I mean, in women's cricket matches, they don't try and knock the ball to the boundaries. They just hit it 30 or 40 feet, and by the time the fielders have thrown it back to the stumps, they've run 23. But women can wrap parcels. Brilliantly. All the corners folded neatly, the sellotape is cunningly hidden, ribbons, bows. It's a work of art. But the men, not a clue. You give a bloke something simple to wrap, like a book, and it ends up looking like a television aerial. Women have great memories too. Birthdays, anniversaries, everything a man has done wrong in his entire life. But they can never remember jokes. Whenever you come across a woman who can remember a joke, it's always, well, then the barman said, we don't allow dogs in here. And the man said, what type have they given me then? Oh, I forgot, he was blind. Or Irish, I don't... Also, women are superb at packing. Darling, did you pack a reverse thread socket splint for the alternator clip? Oh, yes, dear, it's under the Black & Decker workmate in between the concrete post and the theodolite. Women can also tell when someone's lying, as long as it's a subtle lie, like, of course I've had the operation. But the big whoppers seem to get through. I mean, how else do you explain the success of washing powder adverts? Right? At the end of every one of them, it's the same con. The woman compares a tea towel washed in the advertised brand with a 6,000-watt light bulb shining beyond it, right, to the one washed in brand X, which looks like Bob Geldof's underpants. And they fall for it. And women are really good at touching, too. I mean, like, they'll kiss and hug anything, really, won't they? And no hang-ups whatsoever about touching other women. Not a problem. But for a man to touch another man in public with affection, watch out. It's big trouble, you know? Unless it's a rugby scrum. Then you can't get close enough, can you? Then everybody's head's stuck up everybody else's backside and grabbing hold of the crotch in front and yanking it as close to your face as possible. But then, men are very good at being children. You know, the bloke who thinks it's funny to stretch cling film over the toilet seat. Or the office Romeo who comes to the Christmas party with mistletoe dangling from his belt. The rugby tour is another good example. I mean, the entire first and second 15s packed into a coach, mooning out the window, singing songs with about as much sensitivity as a gynecologist with a gas mask. They'll sing and drink themselves into a near stupor. Die back. You're too drunk to sing. You'll have to drive. Women don't behave like that, do they? Or do they? Look at the success of the Chippendales. Now, if you don't know who they are, let me tell you. They're a troupe of American male Adonises who are touring this country in clubs and theatres and playing to packed-out women-only audiences. Now, women would have us believe that the reason they go and see these guys has nothing to do with the fact that they're naked. Except for a thong the width of a pipe cleaner, separating the audience from them and about half a pound of bratwurst. Oh, no! No, it's because the Chippendales are brilliant dancers. Oh, yeah! And Lionel Blair's a weightlifter. But I think real equality of the sexes will only come about when women have as many names for men as men do for women. Most of the names men use for women are about animals and awful things like, women are called dogs and cats and cows, minxes, bitches, old crows, old sows, stupid mares. It goes on forever. Women should redress the balance. And I've got a few suggestions. Bears, big hairy bellies asleep half the year. Cuckoos, laying in anyone's nest but their own and leaving the kids to someone else. And tadpoles. Big heads, small brains, and totally bloody legless the whole day.
Oh, the bloody silent order again. Evening, lads. Drinks for both of you. What did you be? 2 pints? And a bag of crisps. What flavour crisps do you want? Plain. And a bag of nuts. What sort of beer do you want? Bitter. Oh, I get it. Low alcohol lager. And what about your friend? 4 eggs? Oh, 4X. Oh, very clever, I don't think. You want a cocktail as well, do you? So what sort of cocktail do you want? A short? Harvey Wallbanger. Oh, a long, slow screw against the wall. Oh, one for me? Oh, thanks very much. I'll have a punch. Make it a double.
Mistaken, that is drugs.
How can you tell?
Simple. Just put a little bit on your finger, rub it on your gums. No. You need to take more than that. Look, like this.
So what does that prove?
If it's drugs, you get a little tingly feeling on your gums.
I can't feel anything.
I'll try a bit more.
Well, it's more a tickle than a tingle.
I would say it was a tingle. You get a little kind of, you know, tingly, ingly, wingly, pingly feeling all around your mouth.
Wingly, pingly. Wingly, pingly.
Hey, what's this? What's this?
It's an oxo cube. No. Not oxo. No, it's not an oxo cube. Best hand. Come on. Okay, back to the nick. Everybody.
Come on, everybody. Everybody back. Back behind the barriers.
Everybody get back behind the barriers, or we will open fire!
Hey, Pete! We will open fire!
Open fire!
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 Everybody out, there's a fire!
Fire! What? I can't move my leg.
Back to the nick.
Back to the neck. More oxo. Dave, are you driving? Correct, you are. I better change gear then.
Stop! For God's sake, slow down!
Dear son, enclosed some photos, some things to think about. When you were born, I bought this house, a safe, warm place we called home, a place to inspire you, to feel nature all around you, to find your place in your world. And now you have left your home, to seek your paradise, to find your truth. I only hope you have gone away to learn, to swim with the sharks and the dolphins, to walk softly in the footsteps of older, wiser peoples, to find your peace with your world. But I know you. Someday you will settle and find yourself a home. You've nicked my Bermuda shorts, haven't you? You little git.
It's a masterpiece. Just one more thing. What?
Peace, please.
Next time, tissue. One of the nice little comforts.
I was fascinated by that report in the press about people's viewing habits. Apparently, 30% of viewers claim to make love while watching television. That means right now, about 3 million people are out there doing it. Oi! I can see you doing it, you know? It's far too fast. Wait till news at 10 and you can do it in time with the dongs. They've obviously been reading the Radio Times. If it's on, it's in. television, I spend most of my time trying to answer all the questions it throws up. I mean, for instance, in the Gulf War, whenever Norman Schwarzkopf came on the screen, he was in camouflage combat gear. Yet, you could always see him. And what insurance company is Kate Adie with? I mean, every time you see her giving a report, she's walking through a minefield with a gun battle going on in the back. The man from the Prue must be, like, scared out of his wits. Get out of there! And a few weeks ago, I was watching the rerun of the film Gandhi. Do you know that film won an Oscar for Best Wardrobe? Best wardrobe for a giant mother-care nappy and a pair of NHS specs. I mean... And when you see the British Telecom ads on the TV, how come BT always gets through first time? Never a wrong number, never gets cut off, never gets her eardrum pierced by the crackling on the line. No. I think the ads were pre-recorded, you know. I'm talking about phones. Why is it when you're speaking to someone on the phone, and you get to the end of the conversation, their voice starts to whisper? So I'll speak to you tomorrow then, okay? Okay, bye. What's all this? Bye. And they duck it. Bye, bye. Some questions will never be answered. You know, I've always wondered whatever happened to the very first dog that went up into space. It was sometime in the early 60s, and the Russians sent this dog on its own out into space, with no chance whatsoever of it getting back. Its only chance was to be discovered by aliens before the Winterlock ran out. And if the aliens did discover him, I mean, what did they make of him? Hey, fellas, look at this for a weird one. Must be intelligent, though, to have built all this. Tell us, oh wise one, what is the secret of your solar-powered propulsion system? What's he doing, Captain? Well, number two, he seems to be dragging his bum on the floor. It's probably his way of greeting us. Let's do the same. Hey, this is fun. What's he doing to your leg now, Captain? It's difficult to say, but let's do the same. Hey, this is fun. What's he licking now there, sir? I think we'll pass on that one, number two. What a way to meet your maker, eh? Just drifting off into space, nobody to see you off, no funerals or anything else. And in a way, there's another puzzling question. Why is it, do you think, that out of all the shops, only Co-op does funerals? Sainsbury's don't, do they? Asda, they don't want to know. Yes, Co-op's been doing it for years. And what's it like? I've never had to use them. I mean, what do? Just walk into a Co-op store, you know, look round for the signs, you know, biscuits, toiletries, soft drinks, crematoria. I bet it's not next to the meat counter, that's for sure. I'll have 6 lamb chops, 4 ounces of spam and a coffin, please. Shall I trim the fat off, madam? No, he'll fit in there just fine. And have you ever thought where you can buy hearses from? It's weird, isn't it, having just one make of car, especially for the dead? Well, 2 if you include Skodas in the fast lane. But at least a hearse is safe. You know, and I've checked this out. There's never been one recorded instance of anybody being killed in a hearse. There must be a hearse showroom somewhere, you know, with a smarmy little salesman. Oh, lovely little runner, sir, yes. Ooh, 0 to 60 in 3 weeks. Plenty of room in the back for 1. 2 at a stretch. See how big the ashtrays are, eh? Wouldn't you like to be seen dead in this? Many years ago, I'll tell you. Many years ago, I was involved in an accident with a hearse. And it wasn't my fault. I wasn't driving. This mate of mine had a mobile ice cream van. And I was giving him a hand for a couple of days to see whether I fancied the job, you know. And Carrott ice cream, it never caught on. Anyway, this mate, Brian, he was a real go-getter, you know, and a bit insensitive, to say the least. and we were following this funeral procession in his van. And it was taking a bit of time, and Brian was getting a bit impatient. So we came to a straight bit of road, and it was a bit clear, so he made a dash to overtake this funeral procession. And we belted along, and we almost made it when we saw this car coming up in the opposite direction. So Brian had to cut in to the last but one of these cars and tuck in behind the hearse, you know. And I'm thrown forward, and I hit the button on the dashboard that sets the chimes off on top of the ice cream van. So now you have this funeral cortege with a Mr. Whippy stuck in the middle, and he's playing Cockles and Mussels, Alive, Alive, Alive. Brian's trying to turn the chimes off, and he doesn't realise the hearse has pulled up to find out what's going on. Crump! Straight into the back. Everybody gets out, and there's all hell to pay. The bereaved are ready to lynch Brian, and he keeps pressing, it's only bent the wing, it's only bent the wing. I mean, you know, it's not as if anybody's dead or anything. Then we realised the van's bumper was stuck under the bumper of the hearse and couldn't be moved. So only one thing for it, we got to get the AA out. See, so, as you should, look, where we are. Anybody in the AA? Anybody? As you might know, there's only one bloke in the AA, and he's in the box. So off I go and phone the AA and try and explain, which is not easy, you know. No, I'm not a member, but one of the passengers involved is. No, he can't come to the phone, no. No, he's not injured, no. No, he wasn't killed. Well, he's dead. No joy there. So back to the scene, and I couldn't believe my eyes. While I'd been away, Brian, who doesn't miss a trick, had sold all the mourners a Mr. Whippy cornet with a Cadbury's flake stuck in it. Anyway, there's nothing for it but to get to the cemetery with the ice cream van hooked onto the hearse's bumper. The vicar had quite a shock, you know, and then this bizarre funeral procession arriving at the chapel with the hearse looking like it's being humped by a Mr. Whippy van. The bereaved all piling out, crying into the 99s, you know. And to cap it all, because the back door on the hearse couldn't be opened, they had to manoeuvre the coffin through the sunroof. Afterwards, I changed the sign on the back of Brian's van to "Stop me and bury one."
Lager, please. Bottled lager.
Foreign bottled lager.
Trendy, expensive, poncy, foreign bottled lager, please.
Got you. Yeah, well, we've got Sol, Beck's, Budvar, we've got...
No. I've tried all of those. I want something even trendier and even more expensive.
Ah, OK. Well, how about Aztec lager? Brewed in the rarefied atmosphere of the upper slopes of the hills around Guadalajara in Mexico, it comes complete with the piece of lime sticking in the top. You must, of course, drink it ice cold straight out of the bottle.
Interesting.
£3.50.
£3.50? That's far too cheap. None of me mates will be impressed by that.
OK. Then have you tried Venezuelan beer? Now, this is Caracas Don Amici del Pedro del Cuero hasta la Mañana Light. This comes with the salt round the rim and the piece of lime sticking in the neck of this rather small but extremely trendily designed bottle, of which the label alone will cost you £4.
Very nice. But I've already tried it.
Ah, OK. Well, in that case, how about Bosphorus Turkish steam lager in the half-litre amphora? Now, this one you have to drink at -20 degrees centigrade, but it does come with a piece of lime, 2 halves of grapefruit, a slice of melon, 4 shish kebabs, and a heaped teaspoonful of banana Nesquik. You drink it down in one, then you smash the bottle against the wall, and it's £10.50 a fluid ounce.
Not nearly poncy enough.
I can see you're a hard man to please, but the really fashionable bottled beer to be drinking at the moment is this. Outer Mongolian goat beer. It has to be drunk at absolute zero. It comes, of course, with the piece of lime and a 4-foot length of yak's intestines dug in the top. When you've finished, you eat the bottle as part of a calorie-controlled diet and then organise a revolt against communist rule.
They sell that stuff in Pizza Land.
OK. Well, they definitely don't sell this. This is Kuwaiti lager.
Yeah, well, it looks strong.
And you have to drink it straight out of the bottle. In fact, if you even ask me for a glass, I am allowed to shoot you. However, I can see you're a bit of a connoisseur, so I can offer you the ultimate. Ukrainian Chernobyl lager. about £500 a bottle, but you do get a hangover with a half-life of 10,000 years.
Now, this is the stuff. Tastes just like ordinary draft lager.
Well, of course it does. They all do. What do you expect?
The top's all dirty. Can I have a glass?
Your home and your family are the most important things in your life, so it's best to take a few simple precautions to protect them against prowlers, vandals, and unwanted intruders. The simplest way of protecting your home is with an electronic burglar alarm. One equipped with auto-phaser, two-way digital circuiting, tamper-proof internal rerouting switches, infrared sensoring device, and dedicated digitalized lock-in facility. Of course, you could always mount an empty alarm cover on your wall, which is just as effective, requiring just a 6-inch masonry nail and a hammer. Even simpler than nailing an empty alarm casing to the wall, you can make your home safe by using a dog. Once all of your home protection devices are in place, you can leave your home safe in the knowledge that when you return, all will be well. But remember, you mustn't fall victim to your own protective devices. And won't everyone in your household be grateful that you've spent so much time and energy on their protection? Most burglaries occur when the owners of the house are not at home. There are now simple gadgets which make it appear that people are in when they're out. You can have timers on your lights so they turn on and off. Your curtains can be made to open and close automatically. You can install authentic sounding tapes of dogs barking. And you can even invest in a mobile dummy which will move past your windows to suggest that someone's home. With all that technology on your side, you know that you can enjoy your home in complete comfort and safety.
Time's run out. Just time to say, on next week's show, we take a look at the dark side of Pavarotti, with the aid of the latest satellite photographs from Jupiter 2. And we'll be examining the plight of Britain's homeless and finding out what life's like for people with no roof, no bed, no sanitation, no television. No television? I'll stop.
And for those of you who do have a television, and if you wonder what's on after most of us have gone to bed, BBC Two has the answer in 10 minutes.